financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names.
Really? Yeah.
They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
If you're struggling to find reliable senior living information for your mom or dad, then call or go online to get the free help you need during this turbulent time. Call now, 800-471-5173, 800-471-5173.
Let's Talk Rescue Radio.
With your hosts, Christina Hackett
and Chad Atkins.
We will share the highs, lows, adventures, triumphs, and losses.
Bring light to ways you can make a difference in your rescue community.
In addition, we'll feature animals with medical needs and a couple looking for their forever homes.
Join us every Saturday on CRN1 at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or call in to be part of the conversation at 818-353-1276.
Now let's talk rescue.
It's the PM show, nationwide, coast to coast on CRN Digital Talk Radio. Our weekend edition on sports with the one and only Mr. Fred Dyer.
Thank you so very much, Michael Horn. Welcome back from the Wine Wars. You were at the Napa Valley.
I was in El Dorado County, and then I was a judge blind tasting wines at the LA International Wine Competition.
There's a lot of perks with being a judge, isn't there?
Someone said to say hello to you, and he has an excellent Super Tuscan blend, and his name is Vinny Ferragamo.
The shoe guy?
No, the former quarterback with your famed Super Bowl bound Rams. Remember him?
Did we have a guy named Ferragamo?
Yeah, you had Vince Ferragamo. He loves you. He listens to the show every week, and he gets a big kick out of hearing you talk sports here as you do. This is the Sultan of safeties for the Rams, 2 safeties in one game, and the Hollywood legend from Hunter all the way up to all the other current roles he's done is the one and only Fred Dyer.
Remember, if Vinny is listening, remember, Vinny, I don't think it's too late to remind you, throw it to the guy with the ram horns on his helmet. That's who you want to throw the ball to.
He was a little confused, I still think, at the wine taste. It was a little bit.
I think he got it. Drunk. What do you mean? He's confused.
Okay, he's got a great Super Tuscan blend, though, right now.
How's that blend coming along?
It's very good. His arm may not be as good. Great Super Tuscan blend.
He'll make up for it.
He is. He wants to come on the show.
He's the best. We'll get him on the show, and we'll all get drunk. He'll have him in studio, and then we'll just eat cheese. And isn't that what you guys do, you wine guys?
No, because you won't allow us to eat cheese. No dairy products.
Here's what we should do. We should consolidate our efforts. Let me have a cheese ranch, and you guys can have the wine. And so together we can have wine and cheese.
That would be great, but you'd make us have the nuts instead. You guys did the little chia seeds you would put on a plate, gourmet style.
Well, that's all. That's
good for you.
Well, that's all part of the knick-knack and paddywhack that you get when you have a.
But I gave my dog a bone.
When you have guests over, you take them out to the backyard, and you throw the seeds out there and
watch what grows.
Yeah, that's what you do. So anyway. What's the deal here? The biggest news,
we got lots of news.
is football.
News, yeah.
It's funny. Here it is, baseball season. First of all, let's cover baseball because there's nothing really going on in baseball. There's just not.
Well,
there's nothing going on.
The Houston Astros are amazing everybody. They got the best record in baseball.
We're 40 games in.
$69 million payroll, one of the lowest payrolls.
That's fine. That doesn't
impress you much,
I'm not impressed with any of this stuff anymore. It's 182 games. Let's see where everybody comes out. But the Dodgers are going through a mild slump. They got a lot of injuries.
Only scored 3 runs.
By the way, everybody kept telling me, that, there's powers that be. I won't mention names.
Go ahead.
Now.
Go
Maybe
mention
later
names.
on I will.
Go ahead, mention names.
David Vassay. All right.
What'd they say?
And that is that, look, Puig has got to start showing up as an adult and be responsible for not only his health but his baseball abilities and climb out of that, I'm just a little puppy in the woods and I can fritter around my talents as best I possibly can. The guy has to learn more than just who to throw the ball to. He has to learn how to take care of himself. And this hamstring thing, and I've said it to you guys a million times, and I'm going to dwell on it when we come back. I'm going to dwell on it till the cows go home. I've seen it all of my adult and my childhood life. People don't come prepared, and they don't know how to stay in shape. And if you're an athlete and you have leg problems, shame on you.
It's the PM Show, weekend edition on CRN Digital Talk Radio. Michael Horn, Fred Dyer. Stay with us here on CRN. Fred's got some comments you won't believe.
Get things done with power, comfort, and speed in a Kubota RTV utility vehicle. Now you can get financing as low as 0% APR for up to 4 years during our More Power to You sales event. 0 down, 0% APR financing for terms up to 48 months on select equipment now through June 30th, 2015. Not available for rental, national accounts, governmental customers, or with some customer instant rebate offers. Financing through Kubota Credit Corporation, USA, subject to credit approval. Other exceptions may apply. For more information, call toll-free 1-888-465-8268. For more information or to find a participating dealer, visit Kubota.com.
Bunnies in the garden.
Yeah, rabbits are cute. Squirrels too. Till they ruin your garden, feasting on your plants. Get yourself some Ortho Animal Be Gone. Animal Be Gone uses ingredients that little critters are naturally repelled by, but it won't hurt them. And the no-stink formula works without smelling horrible. Animal Be Gone from Ortho. We don't hurt them. We just chase them. Guaranteed. Learn more about how Animal Be Gone lives up to its name at Ortho.com. Use only as directed.
It's the PM Show, nationwide, coast to coast, CRN Digital Talk Radio. It's the weekend edition on sports. I'm Michael Horn. The star of our show is a man who had 2 safeties in one game, the LA Ram and New York Giant legend in football, the acting superstar from Hunter to Crisis to everything in between, Land's End, just to name a few of the series, the one and only Mr. Fred Dyer.
I'm looking at the newspaper here, and it's Timberwolves are picking number 1, and the Lakers are number 2. And
that's pretty good, huh?
Everybody else is just wherever they are. But the big thing is what is going to happen? What is going to happen on draft day? Who are the Lakers going to get? Are they going to get a big guy, which is either Okafor or this other kid from Kentucky, Towns? This guy, Carl Towns. This guy's supposed to really be something. He can really run the floor. Or, and this is also another possibility,
Yes.
Ohio State guard, D'Angelo Russell. There's a chance they could just say, you know what, we're going to bypass on the big guys because we might be able to fill our roster in, later on, with the 27th and the 34th draft pick, somewhere down the road in the first or second round. Get some people right now, but you want to get a ball handler, some guy who was very special, and apparently this guy is. So, the Lakers looks like they look as though they could suddenly next year not be bad and could win.
Let's back up a second.
40 games.
You were the one that said the Lakers, since they were so stinky, needed to remain stinky, get the bad record, get in the good position for the draft. They have done that. They've done that exactly.
They're 21-61. They should have been 15 and whatever it was.
Should have. The Knicks are worse. The Knicks way down to the 4th pick right now. They screwed up. They could have been right up there, but they beat Atlanta and a few others at the end of the season. Here's the one problem I see with the Lakers. If Jim Buss listens to Kobe Bryant and Kobe Bryant says, let's go out and get that guy, or they re-sign Kobe Bryant to say, well, re-sign him and bring him back, that's where they could fall into a hole.
Well, I've always said this, and I'm going to say it again. Number one, the last 3 years of how bad this team has been was purposely engineered by the front office.
You think so? Okay.
They said that. They said we're only going to take on 1-year contracts.
Right.
We're only going to take on players that are going to be here from year to year for the next 2 years. So we're saving up to buy some quality players should they choose to come with the Lakers. And then last year it was all this Carmelo Anthony. It was all about Dwight Howard the year before, and all of these things trying to get Kobe a ring. And I always said, forget Kobe, he's done. Let him come back.
Say that.
Let him come back on the team. It's all about these new guys that they found this last year. Clarkson and Ed Davis and all these guys on the team. We all know who they are. That there's about 3 or 4 guys that they're going to be the nucleus of, I think, of a pretty good team after this draft. If they get lucky in the draft, which they've gotten lucky, now they can either get a big guy or they get the great ball handler of the draft, Russell, Okafor or Towns. Any of those 3, they're going to be fine. They're going to be on their way back. But as far as Kobe's concerned, Kobe's got 1 year left. I'm sure this has been the thinking. Kobe's going to come back, and what kind of influence is Kobe going to have on this young team? What is it going to be Kobe now saying, well, I'm in my last year, I can see the future. You guys got a big post guy there in the paint, and you've got a good guy, you got a good guy here from last year in the draft. And you've got Clarkson, you've got a nucleus of a pretty good team here. I'm going to now change my game this last year and facilitate these guys,
help them,
and
work with them,
and work with them and help them. And I don't want to control the ball. I don't want the last shot of the game or the last quarter or the last half. I don't want to be the guy. I'm not the guy anymore. He has to say that the guy is Russell or the guy is Clarkson or the guy is Okafor. If it works out that way, he's got to come out and say, here's my role, and I'm sticking to it. I'm going to play 24 minutes a game, and the team is yours, and I've got 1 year left. I'm going to try to help you win it for all of us. And that has to be it. Because if they bring Kobe Bryant back and say, if he has a good year, we're going to sign him for next year. I don't want him around next year. I want him gone.
See, I told you, you get very upset about this.
No, I do because this team has done some very stupid things, in protecting Kobe and being loyal. That's wonderful to be loyal, but it's stupid because you're ruining the future of the team. They gave him $50 million when they shouldn't have given it to him. And I said this to you. I remember I said this earlier last year when they were trying to get Carmelo. Nobody of renown. Nobody, superstar, max player, wants to come in here and be in second position to help Kobe get his 6th ring. Nobody wants to do that. They want to come here and be the man. And you can't be the man as long as Kobe's here. And so Kobe is going to have to ride this out with a bunch of young players and a young team, help them out at the end of the year, say thanks so much, go to Italy with you. He could go to Italy with you with the wine and the cheese.
And Vince Ferragamo.
Yeah, and Vinny will be over there. Yeah, exactly. But the shoe guy.
We'll take Kelly Clarkson, too. I didn't realize Kelly Clarkson's on the Lakers.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you.
So
I couldn't
go ahead.
resist that
Just go ahead, hit the.
Okay,
do it for yourself. I know you get a kick out of that.
Yeah, it's something I learned today.
So what you're trying to do is what? You're trying to send the message. You got to keep Jim Buss and the Buss family at the focal point of decision making. You can't have Kobe coming in and saying, you got to get this guy, get that guy. I don't believe he's saying that, and I don't believe they'd allow him to say, gee, Kobe, we're going to run the number 1 pick by you. They don't want that. They'll say, Kobe, this is our team. You're going to fit in, and let Byron Scott put this team together, put the form of the team. What type of an offense?
Right.
How are they going to play?
I agree with you.
How are they going to play? And it all has to do with welcoming Kobe back to play a role. He's got to play the role. You say, Kobe, you're playing 22 minutes. That's it. And that's it. You got to roll on. Now,
you were going to talk about Puig.
Yeah, I was talking about Puig and David Vassell.
We were supposed to come back with that one, but you couldn't resist.
In the summertime, and he says, Puig's going to have a big year. He's going to come back. He knows who to throw the ball to now. He's going to hit the cutoff man. And I said, look, he's got a long way to go because he has a very tiny young brain and a great body.
He reminds me a little bit of Raul Mondesi, who had all the tools, and then got into the Hollywood lifestyle, and we never heard from the guy again.
I don't know about that.
He was kind of looking around and playing around a little bit.
Well, that's fine. I mean, you're not going to be able to.
Excuse me, then. I can't stand corrected.
Well, no, but you can't assume that's what. He's lazy. Raul Mondesi was lazy, pure and simple.
Well, that's part of it, yeah.
He's lazy. He didn't,
But he had the tools.
Well, he did.
He could throw, bat, run,
Well, yeah, absolutely he could. But the point is Puig is a failure.
He is after that first year. He is, and I'm telling you, he got into that All-Star game way too soon. Didn't hit a home run at all in the home run derby, and from that day forth, something's in his head.
Yeah, and he showed up at the All-Star game with his head shaved and lightning bolts.
There you go. That's it. That's the head problem.
And that's right. And so now he shows up and he's out of shape. And I'm going to tell you this, folks. Take it from me, and I don't lie to you, and never have. I'm not going to start now. You can't get hamstring injuries if you're in shape and you work out. It's that simple.
PM show with the one and only Fred Dyer from CRN. CRN travelers, relax at the beautiful Fountain Grove Inn and Conference Center in Santa Rosa, California. Come to quality and come to luxury. Experience the newly renovated guest rooms. They're generously sized and they're decorated in the Tuscan tradition. They have great, incredible pillow top mattresses, luxurious linens, and down-filled comforters. The Fountain Grove Inn also offers complimentary Wi-Fi and internet access. There's warm cookies and coffee every evening in the hotel lobby, and you can visit the newly remodeled Equus Restaurant and Equus Lounge with its new wine bar. It's the ideal place to relax and enjoy a glass of wine and watch our What's Cooking on Wine show on CRN with host Larry Van Alst on Wednesdays. It's the Fountain Grove Inn, Hotel, and Conference Center located in the heart of Sonoma wine country. It's easily located in Santa Rosa off the 101 Fountain Grove Parkway exit. Call 707-578-6101. That's 707-578-6101 or visit fountaingroveinns.com.
People are living longer, so David Bach, author of the book Smart Couples Finish Rich, says it's wise to plan for the long haul.
If you're in your 60s today, 1 in 2 of you, statistically, is going to live to be 95 or older. And as sure as I'm alive right now, 5 years from now, I'm going to be saying that 1 in 2 of you is going to live to be over 100. Our retirement lifespan is now going from 15 years to 30 to 35 to 40 years. So I think in your 60s, really you should look at that as what it used to be in your 40s and think today in your 60s, there's never been a better time to be doing financial planning than in your 60s.
Maximize your investments. Consider delaying retirement to save more. Check out Social Security's spousal and ex-spousal benefits and think about waiting to age 70 to claim your own benefit when it's the highest. And finally, illness is costly. Consider long-term care insurance. That's Primetime Focus, brought to you by AARP. I'm Aileen Ellis.
Homeowners, now is the season to be thinking about your roof, because all it takes is one storm to turn a small roof problem into a major leak. If it's time for a new roof, call Sears at 888-465-9720. You can save $500 if you call right now. Sears licensed, fully insured contractors can get your roofing job done right. Just call 888-465-9720. Sears has a variety of shingles and styles that are built for long-lasting performance, and you'll save $500 if you call now. So call Sears for a free in-home consultation at 888-465-9720. Hurry, offer ends soon. Not available in all areas. Installation provided by Sears authorized licensed contractors. License information available upon request. That's Sears Roofing. Call right now and save $500. Call 888-465-9720. 888-465-9720. Call Sears now and get that roof repaired. Call 888-465-9720. Welcome back to the PM Show Weekend Edition on Sports from CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn, the star of our show, right here in the studio. By the way, you can get us if you go to our website, crntalk.com. You can view the show live when we do it Wednesdays at 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern. It's on Roku, too. If you have a Roku box, you can watch the TV show unfold with the one and only star of our show, Sultan of Safeties, 2 safeties in 1 game, LA Ram, New York Giant legend, and acting superstar Fred Dyer.
Yeah, thanks so very much, Michael Horn. Now, you can also follow me, folks, and I wish you would on Twitter, Fred_Dyer on Twitter, and Facebook.com/The Real Fred Dyer. That's on Facebook. Or email me. That's always a great way to do it.
Yeah,
email me, Fred Dyer at crntalk.com. Now,
Dryer is Dryer.
Yes, thank you.
Just want to let you know how to spell your name.
Well,
help out.
You know, they used to spell it Dreyer.
That's right.
And then the anglicized, it was the British Dryers were EY.
So you're a Brit? You're from the mother country?
No, but I mean, they stemmed out of Germany.
I take you more as a German. I could see you more as a German.
Yeah, no, it was DREY, but then it was DRIER. That was a different offshoot, and we have no relatives that have that DRIER. But we had, at one point in time, the British contingent, DREYER, that when they came here in 1836 and landed in Baltimore,
that's when the riot started.
Just a little late to help
that mayor. Mayor welcomed them and said, riots. "Hey, you Brits, get over here and work off all your hostilities."
Let's get down to the harbor and give the Dryers
beat people
a
up and everything. But anyway, that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
But anyway, so there's a British and a German sort of melding into the Dryer family background, right?
That's right. Yeah. But it's mostly German. But
I'll get you a German
so it's DRYER, folks. Fred Dyer at crntalk.com. Now, look, everybody knows that there's just been rumblings for the last year. It's been since the first of the year, I would say, that's been mounting that. Chargers, Raiders, Rams are coming to Los Angeles. You know,
how many teams are coming?
2 years ago, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, let's say, everybody was saying, "Well, no one's coming here. You're not going to have football in L.A. for the next 15 years, and that's just not going to happen." Now we're going to tear down the convention center downtown, and we're going to build a stadium right next to Staples Center. And
that was the talk,
and so that was all, and everybody, that was the big movement, and so then that was out, and then suddenly. You know, this last summer, you had our guy, Stan Kroenke, St. Louis Rams.
St. Louis Rams owner. He came up with a genius plan, didn't he?
Yeah, he bought some land and adjacent to the Fabulous Forum, between the Fabulous Forum on Manchester and Prairie and the Hollywood Park racetrack.
This is in Inglewood, right?
Yeah, and so he's got that 60 acres in there, and so he's announced that he's going to build a stadium there. He's going to fund it himself.
Parking, everything right
and
there.
He's not asking permission per se.
He's just going to do it.
He's just going to do it.
He owns the land, he can do it.
And the reason he was going to do it, the reason he is going to do it, and the reason he has been so bold as to say, I'm putting my money down, I'm buying it, I'm making a statement, I'm going to do this, is not so much to squeeze St. Louis to come up with a better deal. He doesn't want to be there.
No, get out of St. Louis.
But he's doing it because he knows, all the other owners know, that the Chargers and the Raiders are squirming around trying to move and better their positions. So there's a chance there might be a gold rush on Southern California with 3 football teams, not just one. So he's decided, I'm going through with it, and if the league doesn't like it, then they can sue me.
And I like that status. That's good.
And he'll win. And win.
It's his team. He can move. And he's, as the story goes, they were supposed to provide him with a new stadium in St. Louis. They did not in the time allotted, so he was free to go. And now they're saying, wait, we're going to make a great stadium for you, but it's already, this contract is over. He can move wherever he wants to go, right? So that's why he's thinking of coming to L.A.
Well, yeah, it's funny you say it because now there's, this thing was just written. Sam Farmer, his article, it says that Carmen Policy, X49.
My buddy, I love Carmen Policy. He's a good wine.
We're going to have him on the show.
We are next week. We've already talked to him. Yeah, I like Carmen Policy.
We're going to promote that, by the way.
And his wife Gail are going to be here, and he's a great guy. Carmen Policy is a really nice guy. But what's he doing? What's Carmen doing?
Well, he's kind of in there. He knows how to talk to the league, and he's trying to spearhead. A Charger, Raider, Carson, California stadium bid.
So we might end up with the Chargers, the Raiders, and the Rams.
And 2 stadiums.
And we should, that way, we broadcast this show from Southern California. We should, because we've been without a team for so long. Why not bring in 3 of them and make up for lost time? You like that philosophy?
Yeah, well, I've been divorced for 20 years. I've been divorced for 20 years.
Just bring in 3 women for you.
You should bring in 3 wives.
Actually, 20 years would bring 20 women in for you. You could have a year with them.
That's a good series. My 3 wives.
That's great.
Well, you can marry anybody now,
That could be the next Fred Dyer show.
My 3 wives. 2 women, 1 woman, a horse, and a dog.
Go ahead and email Fred Dyer. Fred Dyer at crntalk.com.
You
experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury? If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
Now, kid, I know you look at me and think, man, that guy knows everything. And you're right, I do. But occasionally even I get stumped. I know, hard to believe. But when I need help, I get it from Grainger. Grainger can solve just about anything, from finding the right products to advice on installation to troubleshooting. Grainger gets me what I need right when I need it. When a guru needs a guru, who does a guru call? Guru calls Grainger. Get it? Got it? Good. Call, click Grainger.com or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
AJ here from the Tee It Up Radio Network. Each week we cover the world of golf for you. Celebrating 18 years, Tee It Up continues to bring you fresh inside-the-ropes reporting and one-on-ones with Hollywood's most passionate golfers. So stay in the know with the Tee It Up Show, Sunday morning, 6 to 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, live right here on CRN, Digital Talk Radio.
Catch the gang from Tee It Up on CRN1 Sundays, 6 to 8 a.m. Pacific Time, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, right here on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
The weekend edition of the PM show from CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn, the star of our show, the one and only Fred Dyer. Fred, let me ask you a question. Carson, California, and Inglewood are separate cities. They're not part of Los Angeles, correct?
Yeah.
Los Angeles City
they have
proper.
their own infrastructure.
Which is good because, recently here the city council in Los Angeles raised the minimum wage to $15. So thank goodness they're going to put the football teams there where they don't have to pay that amount of money to the guys throwing peanuts out at you. Otherwise, they've got to spend minimum wage by the year 2020 $15 an hour.
What does this mean?
They've raised the LA City Council has said that by 2020, minimum wage will be $15.
So what you're saying, we're not getting a stadium because of the minimum wage?
Well, no, they moved it to Inglewood and Carson because then they don't have to pay minimum wage because Carson and Inglewood haven't adopted those guidelines.
I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think, as Kroenke said, I think we said this a couple of weeks ago on a show, one of the shows that I think you were here.
I'm always here at all shows. I just missed the last
missed
two.
Like 20 shows.
No, only two.
You're like Puig.
I'll tell you what.
Have I finished talking about Puig?
No, you have not. We'll get back to that. Finish your thought here about Kroenke.
You're the radio version of Puig.
Thank you very much. My left tonsil is a little strung out a little bit.
You're always pulling something, and then you say, I got to have a glass of wine to make sure.
Take some of this coffee here. I think it's
leg
coffee.
Feels better. What am I talking about?
That's good coffee.
What am I talking about?
You're talking about the Kroenke bringing the teams, the NFL teams here, and Carmen Policy, who has been added in as a heavy hitter. This guy's a great legal mind.
No, here's what it is. Let me just give you a brief, and let me just give it to you. Carmen Policy is hired by the Raiders and the Chargers to be a go-between, because he knows the infrastructure, knows how the league works, although the faces have changed. He knows how things work.
Understands the league.
Very well respected.
He was the San Francisco 49ers president, and then he left and went to the Cleveland Browns and did great things for both organizations.
That's right. So so now we've got a contingency here. If you notice in that little article there, what's kind of shadowed there, it's not explicit, but it's kind of shadowed that the league understands there's a couple of real bad stadium situations, that being the Chargers and the Raiders. Now the Rams in St. Louis, they have a city that's willing to go the distance and build them whatever they want.
Gotcha.
Okay? The Raiders and the Chargers don't have that. So the squeaky wheel gets the grease right now. So those two teams feel as though that based on the league's feeling that LA could take two teams, that they would have two, the Raiders and the Chargers would come in. So Kroenke is independent of.
He's doing his own team.
He's doing that. He's doing that own deal over there in Carson. He's got 300. He's got 300 acres over there. He's going to work.
He's the second richest owner in the NFL.
Yeah,
Stan Kroenke.
And so
he might have a job for you and I to do our show from the place.
Well,
from
he
his
should.
new stadium.
Well, he should.
I don't think so.
Hey, don't you know somebody that was Tony Capozzola, or the very important Tony Capozzola? He's the guy that knows the guy that's Kroenke's.
And we should get him on the show, because here's the thing with Carmen Policy. Carmen Policy is going to help both the Raiders and the Chargers together. He's going to be a unified face on this thing, where Kroenke's got his unified face. Policy will come together and say, hey, this is why the Chargers want to come. This is why, Oakland wants to come in. And so he would kind of represent them. And this guy, he says, even though I've been gone for a while, the dynamic within the room is basically the same, although many of the faces have changed. Mm-hmm. He left in 2004. He had a minority ownership in the Cleveland Browns, and he left then and just started pursuing wine up in Napa. But now he's getting back in the game, so to speak.
That's your game, wine.
Well, it's part of one of my games. I'm into sports as well. It's not just, you should relax sometimes with maybe a glass of Merlot. Might kind of calm you down.
I'm relaxed right now.
You like to smoke your cigars. I'm going to bring you a great port, so you can sit there with a snifter. So when you're sitting out in that garage of yours, you have a little snifter of the port.
Now you're
going to go ahead and sip on that, and you're going to smoke on that
cigar.
What about the cheese? No, I will not bring cheese. It is not in our diets. No dairy products.
No dairy products?
None. I went to, by the way, side note, I went to Ruth's Chris the other night. Fred Dyer died.
Without me.
They had, I'm taking you next time, they had an incredible salmon steak there, and this time I ordered it a la Fred Dyer. I said, you know what? I don't want that topping and that sauce. I don't want the scallops. Just grill it. Yeah. And it was so delicious. Yeah, here's the thing.
What'd you have with it? Did you have greens?
I had broccoli. I ordered some broccoli and green beans.
It's essential, ladies and gentlemen, when you're eating a protein.
A little bit of Firehouse corn, which I shouldn't have had.
No, not that's starchy.
I said I shouldn't have had it.
It creates inflammation.
I know.
So, greens, vegetables. Greens, olive oil, greens, and protein. All right. Now, look, you got Kroenke in Inglewood, and he's going to make a move there. He's going to bring the Rams back there. The Chargers and the Raiders are going to fight it out in Carson.
Who do you want to see be successful? What's the Fred Dyer take on this?
Here's what I'd love to see happen.
That's what I want
I'd love to see the St. Louis Rams move back, become the LA Rams again.
They got history here.
Hole up in Inglewood and have a whole nice little stadium there all by themselves. They're in the NFC.
Right.
Then I'd like to have the Chargers stay in San Diego where they belong.
Because they have their most history there.
Because that's
we got a lot of San Diego listeners that are agreeing with you. I agree with that.
They belong in San Diego. They've got North County. They've got a huge following there, and so forth and so on. So they'll come to grips with the reality that, okay, we'll do the best we can to get a good stadium deal, but we're staying in San Diego. And then the Raiders would move back and share the stadium with Kroenke.
And when we have Carmen Policy on next week, I don't think he's going to like that. I don't think.
AFC team.
Wait till we get Carmen Policy on. He's not going to like your thoughts.
He's probably getting paid.
Well, they're hiring him. They've hired him.
Well,
he's got a legal one. Yeah.
They're trying to get those two teams into Carson, and Carmen Policy is going to make a deal, or whatever that's going to be.
He's
not doing it for nothing. Do you think he's doing it for nothing?
No, he's not. But I'll say this: this first part of the week, there was a task force in San Diego that are trying to keep it's a mayoral task force to keep the Chargers in San Diego. They're looking for a financing plan to get a new stadium. So you could be right about that.
Well, they're going to go to 3 different counties and get monies from 3 different counties.
I was just down in San Diego today. It's a booming, wonderful economy.
I love San Diego.
It's great. I should have taken you with me. I could have ridden the diamond lanes.
Well, don't you have a blow-up dummy for that?
No. It's still at my house. Anyway, we got to take a quick little break here. You're a digital talk radio.
Look, Puig. If I talked about Puig's hamstring.
Can we talk about it? Give him your Twitter handle, would you please?
My Twitter. Here's my Twitter.
Fred _
Dyer. That's my Twitter. I Twitter all the time now, folks. I carry it with me.
He's a tweeter, I'll tell you that. DRYER for Dryer.
What would an extra $250 a month mean to you? For some, it's a little financial breathing room. For others, it's a car payment, a home repair, or help with college tuition. Hi, I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans, and I've got some great news if you're looking to save money on your mortgage. All it takes is a simple phone call to Quicken Loans at 800-QUICKEN to see if you qualify for the government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. Folks who refinance with HARP can save an average of $250 a month. That's $3,000 a year. Our home loan experts fully understand the HARP guidelines, and they'll walk you through our streamlined process. And for 5 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. And this year, for the first time, they've also ranked us highest in mortgage servicing. Call 800-QUICKEN or visit QuickenLoans.com.
Visit jdpower.com for award information. Important terms and conditions apply. Call us for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states and MLS number 3030.
Get things done with power, comfort, and speed in a Kubota RTV utility vehicle. Now you can get financing as low as 0% APR for up to 4 years during our More Power to You sales event. 0 down, 0% APR financing for terms up to 48 months on select equipment now through June 30th, 2015. Not available for rental, national accounts, governmental customers, or with some customer instant rebate offers. Financing through Kubota Credit Corporation, USA, subject to credit approval. Other exceptions may apply. For more information, call toll-free 1-888-465-8268.
For more information or to find a participating dealer, visit Kubota.com.
It's the biggest flooring event of the year. Lumber Liquidators' 12th annual April sale with 5 days of unbelievable clearance deals from 29 cents. Don't miss once-in-a-lifetime prices on solid pre-finished Bellawood domestic hardwood from an incredible 99 cents. Or Bellawood 3/4-inch exotic hardwood up to 77% off. Bamboo, laminate, and more up to 67% off. Plus more deals added daily in your local store. And 24-month special financing for beautiful, high-quality hardwood floors for less. Get to the April sale event today. Visit LumberLiquidators.com to find a store near you.
PM show nationwide, coast to coast, the weekend edition on sports. We do the show live Wednesdays at 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern. It airs throughout the weekend. You can email Fred Dyer anything he talks about. He wants to hear from you. Fred Dyer, F-R-E-D. There's your Fred Dyer, D-R-Y-E-R. Fred Dyer at crntalk.com. Follow him on Twitter, Fred_Dyer, and on Facebook, Facebook.com/The Real Fred Dyer.
I'm Mr. Social Media.
You are now. You've gone crazy.
I'm serious.
A lot of people have others tweet for them. You are actually tweeting out these crazy thoughts that you have all by yourself.
Well, let me tell you something. I'm on the cutting edge of a lot of this stuff.
You are.
Believe me.
You are. You get background information, and you were going to talk about Puig and Vassay and everything. Shall we get to that?
Well, did we finish basketball?
No.
I know the Knicks.
Okay, we'll hold it.
Wait a minute. I know the Knicks, are so desperate for any type of excitement.
Let me just give how does the draft work, by the way?
Steve Mills is ready to kill himself.
How does the draft work so that you get a good position in there? It's based on your record, and then they have like a pool or something out of a deal to see who gets the first pick?
The balls, like
the lottery balls.
Yeah, the lottery balls.
So the Timberwolves get the number 1 pick, the Lakers 2, 76ers 3.
Here's what it is. Here's what it is as I know it. You play 82 games.
Yep.
The Lakers finished 61-21.
Right.
Okay. That qualified them for the fourth worst team in basketball.
Right.
Right? So that qualifies them for the lottery. But that doesn't mean they get the 4th pick.
Gotcha.
That means that they're
in the lottery.
All that does is qualify you for the lottery.
Right.
Now you've qualified. Okay.
Now you got to have a little bit of luck.
Now you got to have some luck with the balls and stuff.
Yeah.
And so the Knicks,
Knicks are 4th, the Sixers are 3rd, Knicks 4th.
That's right.
Orlando 5th, Sacramento Kings 6th, the Nuggets 7, Pistons 8, Hornets 9, Miami Heat 10.
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah. And the poor Warriors are 30th, the Golden State Warriors. What about the playoffs so far? What happened to the Clippers? Tell me what the Clippers had a 2-game lead.
They completely choked.
Every year they choke.
You know what's interesting about sports? A big game comes up.
Yeah, tell me about it. I'm curious about this.
And everybody starts to project and to think about the game, and the pressure's on. We have to win this, and they become self-conscious. And what I mean by that is that you begin as a player to watch the game instead of being in it.
That's pretty heavy duty. So you watch the game.
You're watching
instead of being in the game. And that's why they have that's why they say choking happens and guys don't hit that normally hit and everything because they're so uptight.
Yeah,
they're watching and not playing
They realize that all the outside influences now prevent them from falling into the game.
Now, how hard is it to get your head into it? Because we don't want to talk about Puig, but you got to be able to. I talked to Jay Johnstone. You had him on the air here the other week, and it's like, how do you come up with the game on the line, and you're at bat, and there's just one out left, and you got to get the hit, and he goes, that's my job. I just come up for my job. So when you think about it, all that pressure and everything goes away because your job is to be a pinch hitter and get a hit.
Yeah.
You're looking at the pitcher, you're trying to see if you can get an advantage, and you're trying to get a hit.
Yeah, that's right. And it works on every level. And sometimes, a team can suddenly find themselves during the game and explode. And other times they can lose it. But the point is, the Clippers in this situation, they just didn't. The people didn't come through.
They got to the second round this time, first round last year, but they choked in the second round.
Yeah, that's right. Now Puig.
You want to go there? Go ahead.
Do I want to?
You got a little bit of time. Just go ahead.
I'm just going to go into it. I don't want to dwell on it but I'm not finished with it.
He's the Dodger outfielder.
This is the 40th game now. We're 40 games in.
Yasiel Puig was a superstar in his first year.
122 games left.
Yeah, and he's out.
And he's out, and he's not coming back anytime soon.
Thank God the Dodgers got all these extra backup outfielders that are balanced.
Well, here we go. They got Hernandez, and they got Guerrero, and they got Van Slyke,
and Ethier.
Ethier. God bless Ethier. He's been terrific.
Yes,
but they're extremely deep in all these positions. And, if you got pitchers, you can never have enough of them, so I always
They got Ryu is out now.
I always look. Well, Ryu's going to have a shoulder operation.
He's going to have shoulder operation.
They don't know. The MRI doesn't show anything that's specific. but they're going to go in there and explore around. They're going to find something, and they're going to find what's going to cause the inflammation. They're going to find a bone spur on the backside or somewhere where it's scraping on his labrum or what the hell it might be. But they're going to clean him up. He's going to be done for the year. He'll be back next year. He'll be fine. But I guarantee you he won't have a.
Will the Dodgers be looking for a pitcher? Are they going to stay with Carlos Frias?
I think they're going to do.
Bolsinger?
I think they're going to go as long as they can before they have to pull a switch.
Yeah, why do that?
Because I think give their guys a chance, for crying out loud.
That's good.
Frias is doing pretty well. He gives them
Bolsinger, Beachy. They got some good
guys. They'll give them 4, 5, 6 innings. That's good enough. But when you have the responsibility, the great responsibility of being a leader on the team, you cannot, when someone says right field is yours,
right,
and you show up and you give it back, you know what that says to the team?
He was center field. They put him in the center.
But he came back he's a right fielder. He's a right fielder.
Yeah.
This is yours. You're a part of the team. You're a part of the team. Every single day, you're the guy. Everyone else is a backup. And you show up unprepared like that,
head case.
That's a tiny bad brain.
Yeah, you got to get yourself together.
And I told Vassay, I said, he now in my book, it depends what happens the rest of the year, but next summer he's on the trade block. If somebody comes up and says, "Hey, look, I got a great trade for you. Would you trade Puig?" Yeah, tell me what you want.
I would. David Vassay, one of the great sports minds, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, along with you.
Yeah, of course.
Apparently, Puig has a small sports mind. Located in the heart of Maui's premier resort, Kaanapali Beach Hotel is officially recognized as Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel and the #1 best value in Hawaii. With a range of accommodations and affordable dining options, this is the ideal setting to turn Hawaiian dreams into lifelong memories. Live Hawaiian entertainment every evening, free year-round children's programs, weekly arts and crafts fairs, welcome breakfast, and departure kukui lei ceremonies add to the value. Swim in the whale-shaped pool, indulge in the fabulous spa and hotel salon. Enjoy Hawaiian hospitality at its best at the Kaanapali Beach Hotel. Call 800-262-8450 or go to kbhmaui.com. That's kbhmaui.com. Aloha.
Kaanapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names.
Really? Yeah.
They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
If you're struggling to find reliable senior living information for your mom or dad, then call or go online to get the free help you need during this turbulent time. Call now, 800-471-5173, 800-471-5173.
Welcome back to the PM Show, weekend edition on sports. I'm Michael Horn with the one and only Fred Dyer. We do the show live Wednesdays at 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern, and replays throughout the weekend. That being the case, a couple of sad notes in the news, if I can bring those up right now. First, the legendary Rafael Furcal is retiring after 14
Well,
big
thank
saves.
God. That's not a sad news. That's another guy with leg problems we don't want in the league. You know, there's too many guys like that standing at the buffet across the country.
And secondly, this is the last night of the David Letterman show.
I'm going there.
33 years. He's the longest tenured late night host with his two different shows. And I know you're a big fan.
Oh, man.
I know this is going to be a tearful moment for you when you see his show.
He's going to disappear into the...
You were on that show, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
What happened?
Well, I'm not going to go into it.
Come on, it's a Letterman story. It's our last chance to tell it. He's going to retire.
He's just a putz. He's just a putz.
Really?
I came out of the show.
Yeah.
And and I had just had a nose operation because I broke my nose, and so I had my nose fixed.
Right.
I was on my way to Israel to make a movie.
Okay.
Over there in '86. So, sure enough, I come on the show and he doesn't even look at me. He has these 8x5 cards.
Yeah, he's got the cards.
And he's looking down at it, and I'm, you know how this configuration is. You're sitting right there.
You're looking at him.
Yeah, I'm closer to him.
And he's
than
not looking at you.
Yeah, he's not even looking at me, and he just was very snide. Now, I know this for a fact because, Johnny Carson said this a long time ago. He says, my job is to tell the audience that I like my guest. That's the job.
And so Letterman was not doing his job.
So he says, if I didn't want you on the show, I wouldn't bring you on the show. So he says, all my guests, I give them, I know how to treat them.
That's what Johnny Carson said.
That's manners. That's professionalism.
Manners.
That's class. Well, this gap-tooth oaf, and I told him as much.
You did in the commercial?
At the commercial break, So anyway, I'm sitting there.
You said that to David Letterman.
He's lucky I didn't knock him out.
This is great.
In 1986.
Didn't you at one point there was an oddity and you kind of looked at the audience like, what the heck's going on? You guys one of those times.
He was just looking at it. He was just, so it says here you played football. Did you play football? I go, well, I did. Of course I did. And he said, oh, yeah. Okay, so what else here? And that's what he was doing. So that's what he was doing, And so there was a commercial break.
Yeah.
And I kind of said, what do you think you're doing?
What did he say? Nothing?
Then the makeup person came over and was doing his makeup, and they made my makeup. Everybody was really nervous, The audience was
the whole staff was nervous.
Was frozen.
Yeah.
It was frozen. They didn't know what's going to happen. So I thought to myself, I always do this. I always thought to myself, I said, when we come back, what if I just stood up and knocked him out?
That thought went through your mind?
That thought always goes through my mind in situations like this. In other words, what are you going to do?
I canceled dinner on the other day, and I thought that thought went through your mind.
But you just don't want to be caught flat-footed.
Exactly.
You don't want to be caught unprepared like Puig. Have I talked about Puig?
No, we didn't. You want to talk about
So anyway, Puig's leg. Anyway. So the point is, David Letterman's leaving.
And you don't care.
Letterman's leaving, and I couldn't wish him a worse luck. I hope he goes up to Montana and falls into a river.
Don't say that.
I really do. I mean, guys like that. I mean, and believe me, his reputation precedes him.
Well, so
it was over with.
Yeah.
I got back to the hotel, the Regency where I stayed, and I called the producer and I said, "Let me tell you something. You tell that weasel." He said, "Oh God, I'm so sorry. He's such a putz. The gag, it just didn't go well." I said, "That's not an excuse. That's who that guy is." And in 1986, people were having a lot of problems with him. So I just told him, I said, you tell that guy, if I see him on the street, I'm crossing over to knock him out. You just tell him that. He went, "Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Well, have you come back on?" I said, "I'll never be on that show again." I said, when that guy drops dead, I'll fly in to throw a rock on the box.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another touching tribute to David Letterman's 33 years on late night television.
Good riddance. I hope he never shows up. Next time I read about him, I want to be in an obituary.
Email Fred.
I'm kidding.
Fred. He's kidding.
I'm kidding.
Fred Dyer
I'm
at
kidding.
CRNtalk.com.
He's actually really a nice guy.
Follow him on Twitter, Fred_Dyer.
I've always liked David Letterman, actually.
CRN Digital Talk Radio prides itself on being the station of every situation. And you can listen to us on nearly any platform and device. Download to your iPhone, Android, and BlackBerry episodes of What's Cookin'. And take Master Sommelier Michael Jordan with you to the wine shop so he can help you pick out that perfect bottle of wine. Stream episodes of the Sonoma Wine Report through our CRN app, TuneIn Radio, Nobex, Stitcher, UTunes, or AHA Radio. And start planning that unforgettable weekend in the wine country. They're in your corner on iHeartRadio, iTunes, and many other apps. And of course, you can always listen live through your local cable TV provider, as well as on our website at crntalk.com. For more information on where to listen to these great shows, along with many others, log on to crntalk.com and create your own listening experience today.
The radio channels. The radio channels. CRN.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. ISIS continues to cut a big swath in the Middle East. Terrorists scored a decisive win today in Syria, capturing the ancient town of Palmyra. It comes just days after ISIS militants captured Ramadi in Iraq. Arizona Republican Senator John McCain says the seizure in recent days is a devastating loss both to Iraq and to America.
Ramadi does matter. It matters to the families of 187 brave Americans who gave their lives and another 1,150 who were wounded.
Senator McCain blames the Obama administration, which he says allowed this to happen by scaling back troops in Iraq. Also at SRNnews.com, GOP Republican Senator Rand Paul took to the Senate floor to denounce the Patriot Act, which is coming up for renewal in Congress. Paul says the bulk collection of phone records is a huge invasion of privacy.
We're talking about an enormous amount of information. We're talking about all of your phone records all of the time.
Congress must deal with the law's fate before lawmakers leave town for the week-long Memorial Day recess. The issue has divided Republicans and Democrats, cutting across party lines. California's Water Board director says he'll decide by Friday whether to accept an offer from a group of farmers to give up a fourth of their available water. The concession could be one of the most important yet forced by California's record 4-year drought. San Joaquin County farmer Gino Celli says he could give up a fourth of the water rights for the 5,000 acres he manages, but not much more.
Any more than 25%, it could break me completely. I mean, it could put my business that I've worked so hard for out of business.
In exchange, the farmers want guarantees the state won't restrict the remaining 75% of the water they've had rights to for more than a century. On Wall Street, they're down by 27 points, the NASDAQ up 2. This is SRN News.
Geico is available 24/7. Unlike Billy, my boyfriend, who is apparently available 24/never. And with Geico's claim status update, after I report a claim, I receive update alerts to my Geico app. Did you hear that, Billy? Update. Alerts. I sure would like to be updated on why you can't return a text. Maybe I should just be dating Geico.
Claim status updates, just a few taps away on the Geico app.
At Kubota, value means getting more than you expected for less than you thought. Like the L2501 DT compact tractor. Now with financing as low as 0% APR for up to 5 years and factory rebates, you can do more for less. That's value. That's Kubota. 0 down, 0% APR financing for terms up to 60 months on select equipment now through June 30th, 2015. Financing through Kubota Credit Corporation USA. Subject to credit approval. Other exceptions may apply. For more information, call toll-free 1-888-465-8268.
For more information or to find a participating dealer, visit Kubota.com.
Louisiana lawmakers have shelved a religious rights bill pushed by Governor Bobby Jindal, but the governor may have another plan up his sleeve.
The House Legal Committee voted 10-2 Tuesday for a procedural move designed to kill the proposal, ending weeks of controversy about the bill and handing Jindal a defeat for his legislative agenda. But Jindal suggested the rejection doesn't matter. He issued a statement saying that although he was disappointed with the vote, he will issue an executive order aimed at doing the same thing as the bill. The bill would have prohibited the state from denying individuals, businesses, and nonprofits any licenses, benefits, jobs, or tax deductions because of action taken in accordance with a religious belief or moral conviction about marriage. Patrick Voss, SRN News.
The president and chairman of the $3.3 billion John Templeton Foundation has died. John Templeton was 75. The annual $1.7 million Templeton Prize is awarded to a person who has made exceptional contributions to affirming life's spiritual dimension. This is SRN News. senators are examining U.S.-Cuba relations following the Obama administration's efforts to begin to normalize relations with the island nation.
Assistant Secretary of State Roberta Jacobson tells members of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee the U.S. action is starting to take root.
We've begun to see the administration's new approach on Cuba, providing space for other nations in the hemisphere and around the world to focus on promoting respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms in Cuba.
Florida Republican Marco Rubio, who opposes the administration's action on Cuba, takes exception to Jacobson's remarks.
Their view of human rights isn't just different from ours. They are flat out wrong.
The U.S. effort to improve U.S.-Cuba relations removes some travel and trade restrictions. Linda Kenyon, SRN News, Capitol Hill.
Officials in Waco, Texas say 318 weapons have been recovered in the aftermath of Sunday's shooting at a bar that killed 9 people and wounded 18. Weapons still uncounted include clubs and brass knuckles. More details at srnnews.com. I'm Keith Peters.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now.